The 2011 Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross Championship is history. Round 12 of 12 is now in the books. The Traxxas National from Pala Raceway in California, and what a grand finale it was. First, we'll give you the highlights of the 250 class. That championship already locked up by Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Dean Wilson. His team is looking to sweep all 12 victories this year. It'll be the first time that it's ever happened in this class. And they got out front early. Wilson, his teammate Blake Baggett, and the 28 of Tyler Rattray flying into formation. Baggett had the early lead. Wilson got around him. Baggett went back to third. Then halfway through the moto, turned up the pace, got back around Rattray, and gave Wilson everything he had to try to make passes. In fact, Baggett was none too happy about Wilson's tactics to try to hold him off, saying that he cut over on him on one of the straightaways in a jump. Wilson holds on to take a moto win by just 1.3 seconds. He and Baggett exchanged words when the moto was over. That quickly led to a team meeting in the Pro Circuit truck, and team owner Mitch Payton set his young riders straight and said there will not be a rivalry for moto number 2. The only problems they had to deal with in that second moto were a pair of bad starts, as Honda riders Jimmy Dakotas and Justin Bogle on their Geico-backed Hondas led the way early on. Bogle, in only his 4th pro race, would take the lead and take off. Wilson worked his way through traffic, would get to second, but it would take 26 minutes of the moto for Wilson to finally track down and pass Bogle for the lead, and from there he would go on to take the win. That's 4 motos that have been run in the 250 class ever at this track, and Wilson has won every one of them. A nice way to polish off a championship run. Baggett would make his way up to 3rd by the end of the race for 3rd overall, but he would not get Bogle, who finished a career-high 2nd. 3rd overall on the day would go to Red Bull KTM's Marvin Musquian via 3-4 scores. Let's go to the 450 class. Championship still up for grabs between the Ryans, Villopoto and Dungey. And more drama as these two got bumped off the start by Chad Reed and found themselves way back in Moto 1. Reed was even further back after crashing in the first turn. Up front early, Mike Alessi on the Red Bull KTM, Colton Fasciani and Lucas Oil Troy Lee Honda. But soon Justin Barcia would get past both those riders on his American Honda Racing factory ride, and the number 17 took off. The Ryans were battling each other coming through traffic. Villopoto even made a big mistake at one point when his hands came off the bars. He managed to save it and rally late to get around Dungey and Barcia to take a clutch moto win. Dungey would get Barcia as well to finish 2nd, but that gives Villopoto a commanding 17-point lead heading into the final moto of the year. And off the start, both Ryans got bumped again and ended up having to come through traffic again. This time, Reed remained upright through the first couple of corners and led, with Barcia right behind him. Looked like Reed was possibly headed toward a moto victory until he went down. That allowed Barcia to take the lead. Barcia looking at 3-1 moto scores to perhaps take his first career overall win, but late in the race, Dungey would rally to get around the Honda rider and steal the overall win away with just 2 laps to go. Dungey's going to go 2-1 on the day to win his 4th race of the year, but he's going to come up 12 points short in the championship. Well-deserved and hard-fought championship for Ryan Villopoto on the Monster Energy Kawasaki, your new 450 class champion for 2011. Also, the Women's Motocross Series wrapped up. Ashley Fallick on the American Honda Racing machine, backed by Red Bull, came in with a 22-point lead. She did what she had to do. She finishes 3rd overall on the day behind Lucas Oil Troy Lee Honda's Tyra Geiger. Jessica Patterson, last year's champ, goes 1-1 on the DNA Shred Stick Star Racing Yamaha, but it was not enough to overcome Fallick at the points. Fallick's going to take her 3rd WMX championship. That's it for an exciting 2011 tour at American Motocross. Arguably the best championship fights we've ever seen in this sport. We'll be back for more in 2012. Stay tuned to AllySports.com for all the information on this motocross series.